Hello, guys, and welcome to another free for all. And this one's big. This one's lit. This is good. What happened is one of our viewers by the name of Soupcatcher EU fixed the mod, and now all those bugs that existed in this mod before don't exist anymore. It's a proper Legacy of the Void version where you start with 12 workers instead of 6, so the game will get going much faster now. And all the buggy crap that existed before has been ideally fixed. Hopefully no more bugs exist. But what a legend. Soupcatcher's a boss. We now are playing a proper 3030 upgrade Fiesta on a Legacy of the Void mod. So hell yeah. And now for the first set of players that are going to be playing it on the Friday showdown, we have Fury, our purple Protoss in middle left. John's son of John, our yellow Zerg in top left. Barcode, otherwise known as David Nihil, spawning in top middle as the green Protoss. We have D4T, our teal Terran, spawning in top right. Mon Capitan, our looks like purple to me right here, I'm not going to lie, but it's actually blue on the minimap. Our blue Protoss in middle right. We have our lime green Zerg, What the Fork, spawning at bottom right. We got Aesthetic, a previous winner. We'll talk about him in a second, spawning in bottom middle. And we have Nemesis, the pink Terran, spawning in bottom left. So one of our players didn't show up for this today, and Aesthetic was here. Oh, excuse me. Aesthetic happened to be here. So he just took the place of the player who was AFK and just, ended up not being here. So the player who's AFK is just going to get shifted over to a different day. He's going to play tomorrow. And Aesthetic now, if he wins this, he can still win ViBE coin for winning this, but he can't re-qualify himself for like a second life for the Sunday event. So if he happens to be top in like the top 2, it's going to become top 3 for whoever qualifies. That way we can get 2 more of these people into Sunday's event. So top 3 if Aesthetic makes it into the top 3. Otherwise top 2 if Aesthetic loses early. But he was a fucking monster last time, so we'll have to see how well he does this time around. Yeah, currently he's actually going for triple Evo chamber. In the production tab, we actually have a burrow upgrade coming out of What the Fork. Okay, quick, sneaky burrow tactic. Maybe that's going to be a cockroach investment to not die early. That's actually interesting. That's Zerg's version of cockroaching right there. Hide drones with burrow. I'll uproot them later and just, make a building. Everyone on the left side of the map actually going for a quick expansion, and nobody on the right side really choosing to go for it. Very interesting. Left side, a bit more ballsy players in terms of taking a bit of a risk to try and get that greed going. We got David Nihil making a bunch of cannons and a Nexus in his base. We got D4T doing bio, setting up some medevac. This could be a Widowmine drop going into bio. Quick 1-1-1 with Widowmines. Widowmine is also super good in this mod because they actually ignore armor because they're kind of a spell, so they don't actually have an auto attack. So they are a super good unit in this mod. We have a Protoss player, Mon Capitan, going for Forge Robo Gateway. What the Fork going for a couple Evo chambers himself and just a bunch of hatcheries, getting that macro going. Let's look at economy really quick. Every player around the 30s. Teal actually falling a bit behind. That's our D4T player here, the Widowmine guy. He's trailing quite a bit. He's actually only at 26 workers, whereas everyone else is either in the 30s or the 40s at this point. People getting greedy, dude. We got our Nemesis going for Mech this game. And again, Mech has been fixed, so it'll be interesting to see how well Mech does now. Mech can actually go to 30-30 now. Fury going for triple Forge, looking like he wants to stay on the ground, making a bunch of gateways as well. John, son of John, with a 9 drone on the extractor. He actually fixes it really fast, though. And just currently macroing up, getting a Hydrogen, actually. No upgrades, just straight up tech to a layer. So he's just playing the macro game, essentially. No upgrades yet. And the Widowmine drop from D4T, actually, sorry, I caught the tail end of it. One Widowmine killed 1 probe, 1 Widowmine killed 1 probe, and 1 Widowmine over here killed 1 probe. I feel like each one of these Widowmines probably shot the gas. But now they are camping the mineral line, and we're waiting for cannons to finish. because these Widow Mines are going to go off again. So the most annoying part about this is the Widow Mines are just still here. And David Nahil setting them all off again for a second time. Will he be greedy and mine some resources, or is he just going to play the cool, patient game and wait it out? It looks like he wants to wait it out. Oh, no, he's being greedy. Okay, I like it. This is what I would do. But this is ballsy, because what if one of these Widow Mines shot just before it died? He's pulling the probes to kill him quickly. That would suck so bad if like they both went off and all the probes died. He's like, fuck, no. But he cleans it up. And everyone else kind of just minding their own business. No one really fighting yet. The first and only attack that's happened so far has been the Widow Mines. And what's the economy look like for D4T right now? He's in the 30s. We have a green Protoss. David actually also now set down to the 30s. Everyone else, dude, is in like the 40s, 50s, the 70s. Red, yo, Aesthetic is crushing again. He's almost at 80 drones. Who's green? What the Fork also around 80 drones himself. He's at 70, or he's at 70 right now. But the only thing about What the Fork is he doesn't have any drones on the natural. He's massively oversaturated in the main, which I'm not gonna lie, it's not bad. But now he probably does want to transfer some of this to the natural, whereas Aesthetic is definitely mining a bit more optimally, I would say. But no one really taking the plunge yet to kill each other. But this game has definitely developed into a much faster mid-game. By about 6 minutes, we usually have players that are hitting around like 30 to 40 workers. Now, by 6 minutes, we have players in the almost 90 range. So, game's definitely going up a lot quicker here. This is I love you, Soupcatcher, for making this mod, fixing it, because this is we're getting to the action a lot quicker now. Hell yeah! And Aesthetic looking to take matters into his own hands, pushing into Nemesis's base. But Nemesis with Widowmine, Thor, and Planetary saying, you know what? I don't give a shit. Back up. Back up, boy. Back up. I don't give a shit. Meanwhile, we have D4T making a bunch of engineering base. He's actually already got level 3 weapons started, so he could actually start going crazy on upgrades. Let's look at everyone's upgrades really fast. How many people are going crazy on upgrades so far? D4T's got level 3. Skytoss getting level 1 right now. Who's green? This is David Nahil going Skytoss. No upgrades really yet to speak of, but they're just starting. Mech currently, our mech player Nemesis going on 2-2 right now. Protoss player here for Fury going on just he's going on 2-2-2 rather on his all 3 forges. And he's actually getting Stargates now. He's going for a massive Stargate transition, so he's just trying not to die early, but he ultimately wants to go Skytoss, it seems. And everyone else's upgrades, man, look kind of weak. I'm not going to lie. Everyone not prioritizing upgrades that much. So, like, for instance, I guess Aesthetic does have 2-2. A bunch of Evos are going down as well with it, so. This is when 3-3 could start go crazy. A little bit of a battle going on between John, son of John, and Fury. Feeling each other out. Both making themselves big like bear and screaming at each other, trying to scare everyone else off. And now David Nahil allowing his natural to be taken by John, son of John. And in the process of that happening, also deciding to now attack his neighbor who Widowmine dropped him earlier, D4T. D4T does seem like he has enough Marines and Medevacs to kind of shut down the carriers that currently exist. He also has good upgrades here too. Carriers are super under upgraded at the moment. So carriers won't die but are pushed back. Meanwhile, this expansion I think was just pressured by What the Fork. We had a little bit of an attack here again by John, son of John versus Fury. But everyone just kind of feeling each other out. We got some Zerg on Zerg violence about to ensue right here. Hydras versus Lurkers. Oh god. What the Fork is about to get a fucking clothesline to the face right now. An Aesthetic consuming the natural of What the Fork. What the Fork getting manhandled at the moment in the middle of the map. Lurkers are good, and they're in this mod now because this is Legacy of the Void again. Lurkers are scary, man. Meanwhile, we have David retaking his natural. So one Zerg loses the natural, and one Protoss regains his natural. Lurkers also pushing into Fury's base. Who says fucking Lurkers? And we have 2 Zerg players with Lurkers smashing their opponents. One of them is a Zerg player that seems like is going to die, and one of them is a Protoss player. John, son of John, and Aesthetic currently beast moding on their opponents. Meanwhile, everyone else is, you know, kind of chilling. Fury with a minor bit of salt on his way out of the game. John, son of John, apologizing. And John, son of John, can't bring himself to kill the poor defenseless probes that no longer have a commander. So he decides to pull back. Poor Koopa, our first player eliminated. Koopa, I am so sorry. I'll love you always. Thank you very much for playing. And until next time. But now we have Aesthetic is the only man attacking someone else at the moment. Currently about to eliminate What the Fork, guys. Aesthetic is also, I think, drunk right now. If he's not lying. That's what he said before the game started, so we'll see how he plays in the mid-game.
I stand by Lurkers are for shit players and they should have stayed in Brood War.
They're really good units. What are you talking about, Koopa? They're nice. I like Lurkers. Okay, I'm a Lurker advocator. Meanwhile, we have our mech player and Nemesis getting a ton of upgrades. Going for mass armor first. Oh, okay, I kind of like it. I like the strategy. Mech is all about high damage by default. And it's going to be able to overpower upgrades as it is. But he's going mass level 30 armor right off the bat, it seems like. Oh, he's going for air, actually. Just kidding. He's going Thors and Widowmines and stuff, but he's actually going air only for upgrades. So he's getting weapons and armor for air. Okay, okay. Okay, interesting. Aesthetic pushing Lurkers into the face of Mon Capitan. Mon Capitan taking a pounding right now. Oh my god. Meanwhile, Mon Capitan deciding to counterattack John, son of John. Mon Capitan might be overextending a little bit, but the carriers come out, and these zealots that countered are going to die. Enough defense here from John, son of John's going to hold off. We had a little bit of a counter poke from somebody in Aesthetic space, but nothing really happened. Meanwhile, What the Fork, with his burrow drone, I think, cockroach managed to cockroach out a hatchery, even another hatchery in the very center of the map. Now we got Sky Toss, guys. David the Hill pushing John, son of John. Fury, this is the moment. You're getting some Protoss revenge right here. Fury has a lot, or sorry, David has a lot of carriers, guys. This is a lot of carriers. This is 17 carriers, okay? And they have level 2 weapons. And how many upgrades does he have going right now? He has currently 2 more weapon upgrades going and 2 armor upgrades going, so he's about to have 4 carriers. But these things they're beefy. There's a lot of them. They're growing as well. He's one-basing this shit all the way downtown. We got some overload setting up on Nemesis's base. John, son of John, killing the remnants of what is Fury. Fury, thank you again for those bits. And now this base looks like it's going to be consumed by the Zerg. An expansion for John, son of John. Now we got another Protoss going Sky Toss. Hydra's pushing in. Mothership carrier trying to defend, but guys, this is a situation where it's 130 supply versus 322. This is a lot of supply difference here, and I don't think Mon Capitan has enough. Not only that, these Hydras are 7-7 versus carriers that are currently 2-2, or like 2-3. Guys, I don't think it's looking good for Mon Capitan. He might be dead. Meanwhile, once again, we have another Sky Toss army rushing into John, son of John's base, but the Hydra's able to push back the carriers this time around. These Hydras on this side are currently only 3-3. And how's D4T doing? What was he laughing at? I think he like scanned someone's base and was like, "Oh Jesus," he did a Mr. Slave. Oh Jesus, Jesus Christ, oh Jesus. But currently, these Marines have 15 weapon upgrades, 4 armor upgrades, looking pretty decent. But I'm not gonna lie, I think they're gonna get shredded by Lurkers, so that's a bit of a scary thought. Widowmine Marine is not really the best idea for a Lurker comp. We'll have to see how it goes. Lurkers seeming to be King Dick here at the moment. And now John, son of John, with his 5-4 Hydras approaching the 4-18 Marines. Oh, these Hydras are going to die, though. There's no Lurkers here, guys. These Marines are going to make short work of those Hydras. Oh, my God. Hydras just disappearing like red mist. And now we have Battlecruiser on Hydra Violence. These Battlecruisers are currently 8-8. Lots of Thors as well. Versus Hydras that are only 9-8. This is looking pretty fucking good for the BCs. BC's now 10-8, 11-8. The upgrades don't stop. 11-10 Hydras. I think the BCs might be able to hold, man. Aesthetic currently getting pushed back. Holy shit, Nemesis making mech work for him. And Aesthetic finally was told no for once in this game. You can't have everything you want. Back the fuck up, little guy. Mech is in the house. And Nemesis is currently holding strong, but now getting counterattacked by lurkers from Aesthetic, deciding, you know what, fuck that. Let's go put lurkers in the middle line. Will these battlecruisers be enough? Yeah, I think it'll be okay. He does lose a couple SCVs here, but that Thor currently distracting. Oh, these are undetected though, and there is no orbital, guys. He can't actually see them. That's a fucking problem. These Thors don't have any weapon upgrades, but they still can overpower the armor upgrades of what exists for Aesthetic. So doing pretty decent, but these lurkers are becoming a massive problem. We're gonna need to see an orbital command being researched here pretty soon. Otherwise, that's gonna be a big problem. Meanwhile, we have a bunch of carriers fighting Marines in the top middle. Dude, these Marines just fucking deleted the interceptors. Did you fucking see that? These fucking Marines do 24 upgrades versus carrier interceptors who... I can't tell what they are right now because they're currently researching interceptors. But yeah, I think these carriers are only like 4-4. I don't think they're like super high. So these interceptors are just going to melt to these Marines. Meanwhile, we have some battlecruisers in the main of Aesthetic. Nemesis with these super high armored battlecruiser, man. They have 19 armor upgrades. These Hydras only have 11 weapon upgrades, guys. These battlecruisers are fucking serious. But what are they shooting at? Nothing's really dying. Okay, some of the stuff is dying. We have 8 weapon upgrades versus... Okay, so there's 14 armor upgrades as well for the Hydra. Meanwhile, the lurkers that can't really be detected are currently just killing everything in the base of Nemesis. Dude, these 3 lurkers are killing everything. Fucking literally every building is dying. Oh my god. Okay. Nemesis with a cool idea, but that lurker counterattack just destroyed his ass right there. That was rough. Aesthetic cleans up the base pretty quick. The battlecruisers got out. They might have teleported or died, but they're gone. Meanwhile, we have some Microbial Shroud Hydra action going on against David. John, son of John, with 11-5 Hydra, and these carriers are all empty. So not looking good for David over here. This bio currently on 29 weapon upgrades. That's fucking scary, dude. The bio is pretty weak, but the upgrades being 29 is pretty insane. David currently wishing to be left alone. I don't know if he'll get his request though. John, son of John, maybe looking for another expansion. And What the Fork currently just cockroached his way to letting Aesthetic have his base, but he's hiding in the back door. So maybe What the Fork looking for a top 3 situation. Playing in the pocket of Aesthetic. Aesthetic doesn't even see these bases yet. Or he actually sees one of them. He doesn't see the other. But he's got bigger situations to worry about right now, which is the Terran player of Nemesis. And yeah, it looks like David might be our second Protoss eliminated, guys. And remember, again, this is Legacy of the Void. Interceptors cost money now. So if these probes die, these carriers don't get to make any more interceptors. That's just how it goes. Now we have Aesthetic pushing into Nemesis's base. I think this might be it for Nemesis, guys. These Lings are just going to kill the base so damn fast. And not even that, the Hydras are on their way in now too, which is way too much. 235 supply for Aesthetic. Only 33 supply for Nemesis. I think Nemesis is dead. Do we have a floating building? We have a command center here that's a planetary. It can't float. This could cost Nemesis in the end. If he floated a command center, he might have had a chance. But that might have fucked him. Because currently we have David Nihil trying... Nemesis is out, boys. David Nihil trying to... Oh, David's dead too. Okay. Yep. David's base died. So, that's a lot of death pretty fast. Now, guys, we have a top 4 situation. We have our Terran player, Bio, top right. D4T. We have our Zerg player top left in John, son of John. We have our Zerg player in bottom middle, Aesthetic. And we have What the Fork. The Zerg player who is literally just watching the stream at this point because he has 41 minerals and only 2 hatcheries. So, the next player who dies, if it is not Aesthetic, all of them qualify. Because again, if it's a top 3 situation where Aesthetic still exists, everybody advances because he already qualified before. So we're still going to have 2 people qualify no matter what. So the only way top 3 doesn't qualify is if Aesthetic is the next person to die. Which I'm not going to lie, it doesn't seem that likely. He's pretty strong right now. Okay. Well. Okay, everyone's kind of chilling out. We got a Marine drop going in to John Son of John's base with level 30 weapon marines and 18 armor at the moment. These boys are super well upgraded. Hydra's only at 1510. Guys, these Hydras are going to melt once again. It's going to be a Hydra Misty bloodbath for a while. But there just isn't enough supply in this base right now for D4T to win the fight entirely. So eventually will die, but those dudes were basically, they held the line like Sparta for a little while. Meanwhile, a couple queens killing some AFK carriers. And now big push in the front of the base. We got D4T pushing the front. Killing the expansion of John, Son of John. And all the creep on top of it. A Raven here, and maybe to throw out oh my god, look at the lurkers. Holy shit, it's like an alien. It's a scene in the movie Aliens. Everything's in cocoons. It's about to pop. Everything's going to hatch. But will the bio be able to kill it fast enough? It really seems like it can. Holy shit. That was some crazy DPS right there. And this time, facehuggers won't prevail. And D4T saying there didn't need to be sequels if you just had upgrades in the movie Aliens. Holy shit, this bio is just killing everything so fast. And John, Son of John, now being reduced down to one base. John, Son of John, looking like he's serious, boys. That's a scary army. Oh my god, that's a lot of banelings. That's a lot of banelings, guys. Currently, supplies, aesthetic, on 388. Our other Zerg player, John, Son of John, on 45. Our other Terran player, the Bio Boy, on 260. So, aesthetic still dominating this game right now. Has a shitload of supply at the moment. He's looking pretty damn scary. And yeah, dude. D4T better make some more units pretty quick here, because otherwise he's in a world of hurt. How about income? D4T actually has 73 workers, 182 harvesters though for aesthetic. He knows how it goes, boys. He's making a shitload of drones. Remember, workers only cost 1/4 of a supply, and you have a 400 supply limit, so you could definitely make more than a traditional like 60. You should be making like 200 to like 300 active workers in this game. Because like if you think about it, 200 workers actually is only 50 supply out of 400. Okay, lurkers set up for John, Son of John, but it's just not enough for lurkers to try and stop an onslaught of bio. And does John, Son of John have any? Oh, dude, look at all these infestors. That would have been huge. A fungal growth ignores armor. And Marines are super weak to fungal growth. That could have been amazing if he had fungal growth here, but unfortunately he doesn't, and this is his last building. And John, Son of John is eliminated, guys. So you know what that means? What the fork qualifies to Sunday? What the fork and D4T both qualify to Sunday, guys. Hell yeah. And now this is really just a 1v1 at this point. Because What the Fork is legit just kind of dead. He has no way to build a drone right now. He doesn't have enough money for it. So how's it going to go? We got a 400 supply aesthetic with a very large bank versus a no bank really D4T who's not currently maxed yet. I'm not gonna lie, I'm giving the advantage heavily to aesthetic here because all he's been doing. Okay, there's the drunken aesthetic showing right there. Just misclicking some minerals and just letting it be. Oh, nice drops though by D4T. Marines just killing hatcheries in seconds. Actually, you know what? I can't rule D4T out. Maybe he'll make some shit happen with drops. Maybe kill a bunch of upgrades here. These Marines are no fucking joke. Oh my god, those queens are no joke. Jesus Christ. Those medevacs don't have upgrades. Okay. Medevac's going down quick. All right, drop's over. So here we go. Baneling's going in without speed. Will the bio be enough? Stimming, kiting, mineral patch kind of blocking. Baneling's getting massive connections because of it. And they're just like that. Half the bio dies in a massive slow Bane Hydra army engaging. Bio just actually shredded those Banes though once they got set up around the mineral line. And now it's just a massive superior concave for a Hydra. I don't think it's enough, guys. There's just not enough bio here. And now D4T's supply has been reduced all the way down to about 100. Meanwhile, Aesthetic has the ability, honestly, to max out in seconds again. Let's see how much larva he has. How much, he's only got 20 larva, so he actually doesn't have that much. But he's still sitting 300 supply plus. Meanwhile, D4T is about to drop under 100. So D4T, can he hold the line? Ling's countering the right side of the base. Hydra's smashing the bio in the front of the base. Everything's going down. Every Marine is just being rallied into death, essentially. They're not even, actually, they're literally being rallied into death. They're currently trying to reinforce the base that doesn't exist anymore. So, we'll have to see. Can D4T make a hold in his final base? I'm looking at the mini-map. There's no more drops, guys. And even if there were, those God Queens might not actually let them happen anyways. But now we have D4T on 50 supply. Aesthetic on 300 plus, still maintaining that juicy high supply count. And this might be it, boys. D4T deciding to type instead of macro. Who was the boy who, if he was in top 3, we get into Sunday? It's him. You're in, bro. I'll just say it right now. Okay, since I'm a referee, I can tell him. So yeah, D4T might realize he lost the battle, but he hasn't lost the war yet because he did make it to Sunday. But no one's fucking stopping Aesthetic here, guys. It's a pipe dream at this point. Those medevacs were the only hope, and they just got obliterated by a couple queens that do like 37 damage a shot. And yeah. Now it's really a battle for first place, and let's be real, it's going to be Aesthetic because we have D4T who has 6 supply. That's really it right there. It's all those SCVs. Yeah, that's only 6 supply, but it's a shitload of SCVs. And it's even a Widowmine as well. How many SCVs is this? He has only 6 supply, and he's got 15 SCVs and a Widowmine. So that's what we're talking about when we say workers only cost 1/4 of a supply. You should definitely be trying to make a shitload of workers in this game. Meanwhile, What the Fork is about to be eliminated, guys. He's got 1 hatchery left. And this is really just Aesthetic running around searching for the remnants of whatever people have left. But everyone is being... or What the Fork's not being revealed, but he just did get scouted by Aesthetic. But D4T is being revealed simply because he has no command center. There is a starport up there. Oh, good lord. And, yep. But, to be fair, D4T does have enough money to rebuild a command center, but there's no one to really distract. So, it's just... basically, we're watching a middle-aged man stomp on some cockroaches right now, and they're scurrying around waiting to be killed. And there goes one of them. The other one is not going to be long for this world. He is currently... This depot wall is not going to last very long, guys. These lings are here, and they're ready to just, like, 2-shot a depot. As soon as that SCV is way tankier than the building. You don't see that every day. And this one Baneling is going to blow up almost every SCV. And there you have it, everybody. The last thing that remains is this flying starport. And... D4T decides to tap out, getting 2nd place. What the Fork takes 3rd place, which means that since Aesthetic already qualified in the previous day, that means that What the Fork and D4T are now also qualified into Sunday's event. But I will still grant the ViBE coins to Aesthetic because he won. So congratulations to Aesthetic. That game could have popped off in a real way a few times there, but Aesthetic really just snuffing those enemy players out before they really could make their builds get off the ground. And poor Fury. Poor Fury. I'm sorry, man. But thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this next free-for-all. This has now been the first Legacy of the Void version, the fixed version. So, hell yeah. Much love. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Till then, much love. Take it easy. And adios.